Okay, so this is when I was still working at the Holiday Inn, and I know, had an angel come and visit me. Okay, and they changed my life because I was in a very dire point in my life where I wasn't sure what I was supposed to be doing and I was completely miserable. And I asked for help. So I had to change up my background because we got new furniture. Not that anybody cares. So everything got changed. So, okay, this is again about 2001, something like that, a long time ago. So I was working at Holiday Inn, and I'd been going from job to job to job. I was a bartender here, and I hated it. I mean, I loved a lot of it, but I wasn't happy. It wasn't what I wanted to do for a living. I knew that. It wasn't, I wasn't happy, and I know I was taking it out on people, customers and stuff, and I feel bad about that still to this day. So I was like, you know what? I'll do stand-up comedy. I'll do that. I love making people laugh. I'll do that. So this is San Antonio, so there was a club downtown and they did amateur night. So I was like, you know what? I'll just work out my funny stuff, my skits and stuff. I'll write stuff down and use it on my rotating customer base there in the Holiday Inn and never tell anybody. So that's what I did for weeks and months. And if anybody didn't laugh at something, I just went, okay, that's not going to work. And I would toss it out. Nobody knew I was doing this. I was just doing it for me. And I would keep getting people going, oh, you should get in acting. You should get into acting. And I'm like, oh my God, no. Are you kidding? No, God, no. Last thing on my mind, swear. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And it happened so often by different people that I was like, you know what? I swear, I'll take the message. If one more person tells me to go into acting, I'll take an acting class. All right? Sure. You know, I'll take that advice. So, not thinking much of it. Days, weeks, I'm not even sure anymore, went by. And I'm opening up the bar in the afternoon. Nobody's there. Sometimes people drift in, and it depends on how I felt that day, whether I'd go come back or I'd help them. And this little old man, he looked like he was in his 70s, 80s, in a suit, a gray suit, and he comes walking in. And I have a soft spot for children and old people. I love them. So he came up and he asked for a beer. I don't remember how the gist went, but I gave him a Bud Light and I gave it to him. And so I'm still pushing things up, getting the hard liquor out, had my back to him. We weren't talking about anything because normally I would do my skit on people. And this wasn't even that. I was just making friendly everyday talk with him about whatever was happening in the day. You know, we weren't talking but a couple minutes, and I'm telling, raising my bar, and out of nowhere, he went, you should go into acting. And I was lifting everything up, and I went, that is so weird that you would say that. Because normally that would only come after jokes and things like that, and I was just talking. And I'm like, that is so weird that you would say that. And I remember turning back around, and he was gone. Nobody was there. The beer was still sitting there. Nobody else around. My coworkers probably weren't even in yet. And there's no way, and I've tried to rationalize it, there was no way for this guy to have crossed the room to get through the double doors in that amount of time. I mean, I was only had my back to him after he said that for less than 30 seconds for sure. I had goosebumps. I knew. I went, okay, God, I'm taking an acting class. And then shortly after that, we moved right to Ohio, and I enrolled into the university. Soon as I stepped into that theater and the stage and everything, I was like, ah. I knew this was my calling. I knew it was home. I knew I had found my tribe, and it was the most amazing thing ever. So, short and sweet, I know I saw an angel.